Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Gaura Dhawanlal with the news at 9. The headlines. Centre asks Chief Ministers of States and Union Territories to keep a close watch on coronavirus outbreak, assures Kerala government of all help in dealing with the situation. E-visas for travel from China to India suspended temporarily. First coronavirus death outside China reported from Philippines. India and Maldives signed 5 MoUs to set up Addu Tourism zone in 5 islands of Addu atoll. In Karnataka, 13 new ministers to be inducted in Council of Ministers on Thursday. And in sports, India beat New Zealand in 5th and final T20 International Sweep Series 5-0. And Novak Djokovic wins men's singles title of Australian Open. The Centre has written to all Chief Ministers of States and Union Territories to keep a close watch on the coronavirus outbreak. It has also assured the Kerala government of all help in dealing with the situation. 2 positive cases of coronavirus have been confirmed from the state. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said that the government is keeping a close watch on the developments. He said people who are travelling from Thailand and Singapore to India are also being screened at airports as a precautionary measure. Till now, the screening was done for people travelling from China and Hong Kong. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi is personally monitoring the situation.
As far as the government of India is concerned, we are doing our best to keep a close watch on every development around novel coronavirus. It started from China. The Prime Minister is personally monitoring everything. I am also in regular touch with the Kerala Health Minister on a daily basis. We have assured all possible support of all kinds to the Kerala Health Minister, and I have also personally written to all the Chief Ministers to keep close watch on impending developments on this front.
People who have recently returned from these countries and other infected regions and those in contact with them have been advised to undergo a medical checkup by contacting control rooms. They have been asked to be in home quarantine and observation for 2 weeks to avoid the spread of infection. The Cabinet Secretary held a high-level review meeting on the preparedness for novel coronavirus in New Delhi today. Secretaries of the Health and Family Welfare, External Affairs, Home Affairs, Civil Aviation, Department of Health Research and representatives from the ITBP, AFMS and NDMA were present in the meeting. The Cabinet Secretary has held 6 review meetings so far. A new travel advisory has been issued urging everyone to refrain from travel to China. In case of travel, people could be quarantined on return from China. Anyone with travel history to China since the 15th of January and from now on could be quarantined. As of today, 58,658 passengers from 445 flights have been screened. A total of 142 symptomatic travellers picked up by the IDSP have been referred to isolation facilities. 130 samples have been tested, of which 128 have been found to be negative. Meanwhile, the Indian Embassy in Beijing has issued an advisory suspending temporarily e-visas for travel from China to India. This applies to holders of Chinese passports and applicants of other nationalities residing in the People's Republic of China. Holders of already issued e-visas may note that these are no longer valid. All those who have a compelling reason to visit India may contact the Embassy of India in Beijing or the Indian consulates in Shanghai or Guangzhou, as well as the Indian visa application centers in these cities. Air India's second special flight carrying 323 Indians from the novel coronavirus hit Wuhan in China landed at Delhi Airport at 9:45 this morning. 7 Maldivian citizens were also evacuated in this flight. The Maldives government has thanked India for helping in evacuating 7 of their citizens from Wuhan in China. Foreign Minister Abdullah Shahid expressed deep gratitude for Prime Minister Modi and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, along with the Indian Embassy in Mali. The first special Air India flight brought 324 Indians back to India from China yesterday. A second positive case of novel coronavirus has been reported in Kerala. The patient who has tested positive is in an isolation ward in a hospital. The Health Ministry said the patient is stable and is being closely monitored. The patient has a travel history from China. State Health Minister K.K. Shailaja said that Kerala is fully equipped to deal with the situation. The death toll in novel coronavirus in China has risen to 304. Around 14,380 people have been infected with the virus in mainland China and 160 in other countries. The number of suspected cases has also gone up to 19,544 in China. According to Chinese authorities, 328 people have recovered following treatment. The Philippines has also confirmed its first novel coronavirus death, the first one outside China, as reported by the local media. It was the second confirmed case in the country. The patient, a 44-year-old Chinese citizen, died yesterday. Medical experts say coronavirus can be prevented by taking several measures. Talking to AIR News, Director, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, Delhi, Dr. Randeep Guleria said, this must be followed by people, particularly those who have come from China. He said the measures will contain the spread of the viral infection.
Coronavirus is a respiratory virus. Droplet infection means that the virus spreads in coughs, and on coughing there are droplets produced in the air. These droplets carry the virus, and if someone else in the near vicinity inhales these droplets, the virus reaches his respiratory tract, causing the infection in the throat and in the lungs. To prevent infection, one must be careful while coughing. Cough into tissue or into handkerchief. If that is not available, cough into your elbow so that decrease the spread of the infection.
Head of the Medicine Department of AIIMS, Dr. Ashutosh Biswas, said there is no need to panic due to coronavirus and the government is keeping a strict vigil on the situation.
Government of India has taken very strong steps क्योंकि जो हमारे इंडियन नेशनल से उसको लाया गया है, रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है उनकी हमारी तरफ से, और ये नहीं कि हम छोड़ दे, सीरियस है, रिस्क है, जैसे पॉजिटिव 2 केसेस पाए गए हैं और ये फैलने का बहुत ही रिस्क है. अब हमें पूरी तरह से रेडी है, आर्म फोर्सेस और ITBP जैसे पूरा फोर्स लगे हुए हैं इसको कंटेन करने के लिए.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. India and Maldives today signed 5 MoUs for establishing the Addu Tourism Zone in 5 islands of Addu Atoll at a cost of $2.49 million. The MoUs were signed between the High Commissioner of India, Sanjay Sudhir, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Abdullah Shahid, and the Addu City Council. A 6th MoU to set up a bottled water plant in Hoarafushe was also signed today. All 6 projects are grant projects falling under India's High Impact Community Development Scheme. These projects are driven by the needs of communities on the islands. India has sent relief supplies to cyclone-hit Madagascar using its naval ship INS Airawat. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said in a tweet that India was an early responder to the national disaster that hit the island nation. Madagascar has been hit by a cyclone and there has been heavy flooding and landslides since last month, causing loss of lives and displacement of a number of people. Our correspondent reports that the Indian Navy launched Operation Vanilla to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief at Madagascar. In Karnataka, 13 new ministers will be inducted in the cabinet. The governor will administer oath of office to the new ministers in Raj Bhavan on February 6th. Addressing media persons in Bengaluru today, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa said the 10 Congress and JDS party MLAs who won the by-election on a BJP ticket will be given the cabinet berth and 3 others will be BJP old-timers. In the cabinet strength of 34, 18 are occupied and 16 are vacant. When asked whether those who lost the by-election will be accommodated in the cabinet, the Chief Minister said the Supreme Court judgment in this regard forbids them from becoming ministers. Campaigning is in full swing for the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections, with prominent leaders from different political parties addressing meetings in different parts of the national capital to woo voters. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah held a door-to-door campaign in the Mehram Nagar area. Besides, the BJP President JP Nadda and Union Minister Prakash Javadekar also addressed public meetings in several areas. Delhi Chief Minister and AAP leader Arvind Kejriwal held a roadshow in Kirari constituency. Deputy Chief Minister and Patpatganj Assembly candidate Manish Sisodia campaigned in Khichadipur. Congress leader and former Haryana Chief Minister Bhupinder Hooda campaigned for party candidate Naresh Kumar at Mundka. Congress candidate from Chandni Chowk, Alka Lamba, also canvassed for votes. Delhi will go to polls in a single phase on the 8th of February. The counting of votes will take place on the 11th of February. The Jammu and Kashmir administration released 4 more politicians from preventive custody today. Deputy Commissioner Srinagar, Shahid Iqbal Chaudhary, confirmed the release of these politicians, which include Abdul Majid Bhatt Larmi, Ghulam Nabi Bhatt, and Dr. Mohammad Shafi of National Conference and Mohammad Yusuf Bhatt of the People's Democratic Party. The politicians were kept in detention at the MLA hostel in Srinagar. These politicians, along with others, were taken into preventive custody on August 5th last year after the central government decided to abrogate Article 370. The Central Board of Direct Taxes has said that the Finance Bill 2020 has proposed that an Indian citizen shall be deemed to be a resident in India if she or he is not liable to be taxed in any country or jurisdiction. It said that the new provision in the Finance Bill 2020 is not intended to include in the tax net those Indian citizens who are bona fide workers in other countries. CBDT issued a clarification on the new provision pertaining to residents in India, saying that this is an anti-abuse provision since it has been noticed that some Indian citizens shift their stay to low or no tax jurisdiction countries to avoid payment of tax in India. The Delhi High Court today reserved its verdict on the centre's plea challenging stay on the execution of the 4 death row convicts in the Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. Justice Suresh Keth said it will pass an order after all the parties concluded their arguments. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta told the High Court that there is a deliberate, calculated and well-thought-of design by the convicts to frustrate the mandate of law by getting their execution delayed. In cricket, India beat New Zealand by 7 runs in the 5th and final T20 International at Mount Maunganui today and completed a historic series whitewash. Electing to bat, India posted 163 for 3. Rohit Sharma scored 60 off 41 balls before walking off the field due to some discomfort in his calf. The visitors were restricted by the hosts to 156 for 9, with Jasprit Bumrah claiming 3 wickets for 12 runs. India next play the 3-match series one-day international against New Zealand, with the first match slated at Hamilton on Wednesday. In tennis, Serbia's Novak Djokovic won his record 8th men's singles title in the Australian Open at Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne today. He beat first-time Australian Open finalist Dominic Thiem of Austria 6-4, 4-6, 2-6, 6-3, 6-4. American Sophia Kenin won her first Grand Slam women's singles title yesterday with victory over Spain's Garbine Muguruza. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. Centre asks Chief Ministers of States and Union Territories to keep a close watch on coronavirus outbreak, assures Kerala government of all help in dealing with the situation. E-visas for travel from China to India suspended temporarily. First coronavirus death outside China reported from Philippines. India and Maldives signed 5 MoUs to set up Addu Tourism zone in 5 islands of Addu atoll. In Karnataka, 13 new ministers to be inducted in Council of Ministers on Thursday. And in sports, India beat New Zealand in 5th and final T20 International sweep series 5-0. And Novak Djokovic wins men's singles title of Australian Open. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.